Hey, what's going on? It's about that time once again. For the Masterchannel EP 5. I am DJ Widebody.
I'm CX the produce.
This is the Masterchannel where we talk about the ins and out of the hip hop culture, past, present, and future. Today, like I said, is the 5th episode. We have a special guest today. CX, take it away.
Today we got my man, my brother Su-Preme.
What's going on, Su-Preme?
Yo, I want to say peace to DJ Widebody and CX the producer. You know what I'm saying? Yo, thanks for shouting me out. Thanks for hitting me up. Yo, it was real quick. You just hit me up like, yo, I'm like, I'm available. Let's do it, man.
No doubt. It's a pleasure having you on, brother. We're gonna talk about the ins and outs, the past, present, and future of this thing of ours, man. Hip hop culture that we grew up in, man. And we just have a conversation. We got a series of questions we're gonna ask you. We're just gonna shoot the shit, brother. That sounds good to you? All right. So I'll go ahead and start it off. So how did you get your start in in the music production, man? Tell us where it all started at, man.
Well, it started in where I came up, where I grew up in Brooklyn, Red Hook Projects.
All right, shout out to Red Hook. All right.
Yeah. So young kid, and I'm like, I can't even remember the start because it was always DJs.
Yeah.
So in the projects, it was a lot of DJs. We had DJ Leslie G, Moose, TNT Enforcers. Those are old guys. They all older than me. You know what I'm saying? So, especially on my block, Leslie G, that's the Disco Enforcers, man. They go way back. They like the pioneers in hip hop too. So they DJs. He basically lived on my block.
Okay.
So in the summertime, he come out, he set up his equipment on the block, right? On our block, set it up, play music. At the time, I was too young. I'm looking out my window, looking down, see big crowd, all of the older guys out there, like that. They playing music, and that's really where it started from, just watching them play music. Ask my mom, all of the guys that's my age, say we 10 years old, maybe a little younger. Yo, Ma, can I go outside? While it's still daylight, when they setting up, we outside.
Right.
And then once it get night, summertime, 9 o'clock, Mom tell us to come upstairs. But during the daytime when we outside, we just running around, listening to music, having fun, playing, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I was always like, I would play and have fun, but at some point I would just they'll play certain records and I'm like, man, that's nice. I like that, And that's what it was, man. I tell you one thing that I do remember is hearing when I got a little older, say maybe about 10, maybe 11, 12, they started cutting records and stuff like that, and they would play Super Sperm, right? Just Begun and stuff like that, right? And actually that was before they started scratching. They would play those records. They would just play the long version, Just Begun. You just hear the whole Just Begun, on the run, that. When the record would get to that break part as a kid, I would always say to myself, only if that part could keep playing over and over and over and over again.
Right.
So that to me is my beginning of, wanting to make beats and wanting to hear that beat part,
No doubt.
Now let me ask you this. What was your first drum machine?
Oh, my first drum machine was a Sensonic drum, man.
I remember those, man. The 4 gray pads, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I took that joint apart too, man, when I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first drum machine. I had to be about 14 when I got that.
Right.
I had a summer youth job, and it was funny, man. One of my friends, we used to always talk about this thing, making beats. So I used to make pause button tapes. I know y'all know.
Me too.
Oh yeah, man. I did
too. Yeah.
You take back then we had a Walkman. I think it was a Walkman. Before that, it was just 2 radios, with cassette decks.
Yep.
Right. You just pause it and keep making the beat, go back and forth until you make the beat long,
Yep.
Right.
I mean,
Yo, so one of my boys came to the crib, said, "Yo, man, it's this new thing. Did you see it on the commercial?" I'm like, "Nah." He said, "Yo, it make beats. It's called Soul Sonic Drums." He was saying Soul Sonic. I'm like,
Right.
Soul Sonic Drums. He said, "It looked like a notebook. It could fit in your book bag." I'm like, "Word?" And yo, I went to a toys. I don't know. I was somewhere. So I was near Coney Island. I don't know why I was out there, but I was near Coney Island walking in this white neighborhood. It was a store, it had toys in it and different things. I walked in there, looked around, and there you go. The drum machine was right there. And it was expensive, man. I was a kid. I was like, oh shit. Went in there, I gave the nigga $10 down payment. I kept going back, giving him money until I got it.
Wow.
Hey, you know what's funny about that you spoke upon that. I remember when I got those Sensonic drums, man, and for those that don't know, the Sensonic drums, they actually weren't sold at a music store. Like Preem said, they were actually sold at a toy store.
Yep.
They weren't actually sold at a music store. It was gray pads on them, 4 gray pads with the little LED joint. Me personally, I took mine apart. I didn't have mine that long. I ended up taking it apart.
I taking shit apart, man.
Man, you know that's what creative people do. We take
you're right.
stuff apart.
Hey, I used to take the double cassette deck. I mean, double cassettes was the shit, man. When I finally got one, I used to take the back off and take the speaker wire, connect to both speakers, and I'll run them shits out to, like, I used to get the old, stereo system at the flea market, and I'll run it to a speaker outside of that. So I had, like, big ass speakers running through that motherfucker.
Yo, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. So Preem, let me ask you this too. Since that was your first drum machine and that kind of introduced you into kind of making, messing with the, drums and beats, what did you migrate to after that?
Okay, so I had that. Then I'm downtown Brooklyn, Fulton Street. And it is a real story, man. I was in court, man. I'm a kid, still a kid, jumping over the turnstile, wilding. Something I did, I had to go to court, man. So my mom's is with me and my brother. She's taking us to the court building. We in court session at 12 o'clock. They was like, yo, it's lunch, whatever. Come back in an hour. So my mom sat in the courtroom waiting for us. We have to see the judge. I went outside. I go around the corner. I go on Fulton because the courts is downtown. I go. They had this little ass keyboard, and it was the Casio VL1, VL Tone 1, something like that. The little white keyboard. That was my next piece of equipment.
I know which one. You talking about the white one with the orange with the little square button, the little square keys. Yeah, so, and it's funny because we was in court, and I was in the street. We was doing shit, right? And I had money. I went in the store. It cost $60. I bought that shit. Went back in the courtroom with a brand new keyboard. Thought I was the man, Yeah. So that was my next thing. So I basically had the Sensonic drum, my first setup, and I still do it to this day. I always have a drum machine and a keyboard. So my first setup was a Sensonic drum and the Casio VL Tone keyboard, my setup. And I played it at jams. I had to play it live. Wow.
Yeah, I played both of them live.
And there wasn't no sequence on them.
No sequences, nothing. You have to play it live. You remember the Sensonic drum, you could record it, but once you turn it off, it loses.
That's right.
Right? So I would go to a jam and play it. As soon as I played, I hit record and it got the beat. Then I could play the little tune on the keyboard live, and then I had my boy Trey back. He was my rapper, and he would rhyme, And Leslie G would he would put us on. We would get on at the jams and do 2 songs. The crowd would go crazy. That was my thing. And we were kids,
Wow. You've been at this for a while, then.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but even before I even ever got a drum machine, man, I had a friend that lived in the projects, Bobby Barshir, and they were very good friends of mine. They had moved to Bed-Stuy, and they would throw jams in the Armory and in the parks. It was mad DJs out there too. And he would call me and be like, yo, they jam. I remember this one time he said, yo, they jamming in the armory. He said, yo, you gotta come. They got this machine, it's called a beatbox. Yo, funny story, man. Back Sunz of Man's days, right?
Ooh.
So, right. This when we blowing, we doing it. So I'm living with my girl at the time, and our phone, we didn't have long distance. So this radio station in Chicago wanted to do an interview with me. So we called my girl's mom house, right? And she calls her mom and say, yo, mom, make a phone call long distance to Chicago, right? And we do a 3-way. So I'm on the phone doing the interview. The mom's getting on, yo, you're going to get off this phone, long distance phone call. You're going to get in this damn right in the middle of the interview, man. Yo, I was so embarrassed. I just hung the damn phone up, man.
Wow.
Please do that.
Wow. You know what, man? We're going to talk about the Sunz of Man too, man. You know, because that's part of history as well, man. Mm-hmm. You know, explain to the audience who Sunz of Man were.
Well, yo, the Sunz of Man, that's the group actually was bigger than the 4-man team. Mm-hmm. Right? So it was Shabazz the Disciple, Hellraiser, Killer Priest, Prodigal Son, Seventh Ambassador, Trey Bag,
60-second assassin.
60-second assassin. That was really the Sunz of Man. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I was a producer, right? I'm one of the main producer. Fourth Disciple was a producer, was one. So the producers, okay, so you had those artists. Then the producers was me, Fourth Disciple, and a producer named Pedro. Spanish dude. You know, so that we were the producers of the Sunz of Man. You know, the powers that be, you know what I'm saying? Things happen. Bash went his way. You know, powers that be didn't, you know, Seventh, you know, they pushed them a little bit to the side, you know. Bash took off, pushed them. Trey Bag, they was like, Trey Bag and Hellraiser are brothers.
Oh, okay.
So Trey Bag is the older brother of Hellraiser. So it was like, we already got Hellraiser, so Trey, yo, y'all have to wait and get on the next whatever we do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it was bigger, but even bigger than that, man, the Rose family was down with us. You know what I'm saying? Population Clique was down with us. We was all one big ass group. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, I think, you know, we just pushed a little harder. I guess RZA felt us a little bit more, you know, and we got a chance to come out first, you know.
Wow. So let me ask you something. How did you ever get a chance to work with RZA?
Of course, man. Well, from the very beginning, we was with RZA when they did their first album. We was in the studio with them. I was in the studio damn near almost every album they made. During the Gravedigger album, all of that. I touched the boards. I helped mix. I helped choose beats. I'm like, yo, that's not good. That's RZA. Me and RZA always been. We was mad tight. You know what I'm saying? Yo, okay. A lot of people don't know WuTang Clan. Okay, you got the main members of the Wu. But when we was in the studio at the time called Firehouse Studios in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, I heard of Firehouse.
I think it was 28th Street. We was in there. While we was in there, man, yo, no lie, it would be 20 people in the room.
Damn.
You know? It'd be the main members of the clan, and then it'd be Sunz of Man, it'd be Population Clique, it'd be like 5 producers there. You know what I'm saying? And RZA, you know, okay, he made beats, he did his beats, but none of those beats went by without the approval of the other producers.
That's dope.
You know, a lot of times he would tell the rappers to get out the room. I mean, I remember all the time he would be like, you know, if I'm out in the lounge where everybody's smoking weed, drinking, and acting crazy, you know what I'm saying? RZA would come out there, yo, Preem, come here. And I'll go, and somebody else would jump up and walk behind me. He'd be like, nah, just Preem. I go in the room, and there'll be, what's his name? The producer, damn, why I'm forgetting his name, man? Prince Paul. Prince Paul would be in the room, right? Pedro would be in the room, whoever, and I might not be in the room at the time. Yo, Preem, come in there. I'll go in there. All right, what's up? And he'll hit, yo, play. What you think, Preem? I'm like, I'm listening. And I'll be like, yo, what's that sound right there? And you know, back then you had the big mixing board. You write the little name on each track. So I'll be like, yo, what's that sound? Oh, that's that. I touch the mixing board and turn the bitch down, or put bass on it, or you know, turn it up, or whatever like that, or mute it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Oh shit, I ain't think of that, Preem. All right, yo, we're gonna do that. You know, but it wasn't only me. Like I said, it could be 5 different producers in the room was adding input into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember, you know, since me being around Cat and sitting down with Cat, you know, because like I said earlier, he's over my cousin's house all the time, and Cat will sit down and tell me some crazy stories, man. And you know, like he don't really elaborate on too much. You know what I'm saying when it comes to the Wu business. He'll tell me this, then the next day, you know, he on Drink Champs, him and Meth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, you was just on Drink Champs with Meth. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to make my own way. That's what he always used. That's what he always tell me. He always trying to make his own way. And I noticed that about, you know, like you telling me you make your own way. Cap the same way. He making his own way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's no blood, no love lost or nothing. It's just everybody trying to make their own way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, with me, that was the thing, because like, okay, with Sunz of Man, they wasn't the Sunz of Man when we came in. There was no such thing. If you remember, I made a record on I had a record label, Nocturnal 7 Records. Me and my partner, Hellraiser, and them came out as The Last Future on that record label. So we was already doing our own thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So then we basically got into WuTang, and then that group that was just Hellraiser and 7, that turned into, Rizzo was like, yo, look, Priest, this one, that one, boom. And then another day, we was in the studio. Say I would go to Firehouse, Rizzo would call me on the phone. Yo, Preem, book 24 hours. He said, book time at the studio, Firehouse. I'm like, how many hours? Book 24 hours, book 2 days. He would call me.
Hey.
Right? I would book 2 days of studio time, right? I was like, yo, who's gonna buy the reels? He's like, yo, just tell the studio to buy the reels. All right, Preem, boom. He said, yo, and he would tell me, yo, call the group up. So I get on the phone, call Baz, Hellraiser, I call everybody. Right? Call Pedro, call Y Kim, call Fourth Disciple. I call them on the phone. Yo, we in Firehouse, we booked tonight, now, let's go. That's how it used to be. So it was basically whoever get to the studio first, whatever producer gets there first, gets to lay down they beat first.
Bam.
Right? Whatever rappers was there, I might get, so say I booked the studio tonight for 7 o'clock. 10 o'clock. But I wasn't ready to leave my house. By the time I get there at 12 o'clock, there might be 2 songs laid down already. You know?
I was ready to ask you that. I mean, all of us produce on here. And I remember, you know, man, you probably about, you know, I came up at this almost around the same time you came up. And being in the studio back then with a massive amount of gear. You know what I'm saying? And all this gear sitting around, all these goddamn cables, patch cables, all this crazy nonsense going on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that's what people fail to realize back then. You know, it was a track out. We had to track everything out. We had to strike the tape with Simpty. We had to do all this crazy stuff back then. And it was a lot of waiting around. You know what I'm saying? Back then. Yeah. So, how was it working with 4 other producers? You know what I'm saying? Were y'all using the same equipment, or?
Yeah. Well, that's the point I was going to say. You hit it right there. So let's just, this one time, I go to the studio, I book time, I call Y Kim, and when I get there, yo, Y Kim, you ever heard Mics of Insanity? It's a song. It's basically mixed with the Sunz of Man Population Click, but Y Kim did that beat. It's called Mics of Insanity, right? This is before it was really Sunz of Man. We was, you know, all of us is rhyming, seeing who sounds good together on certain beats. You know what people, you know, got that sound, whatever. But you know, like I said, when I got to the studio, Kim joint was laid. When I heard that beat, he said, "Yo, Preem, check this." He hit that MP. He had the MPC 60. He hit that shit. I'm like, oh shit. That shit had me like, damn. The shit I got ain't fucking with that shit.
Right.
So right then and there, I'm like, yo, who rhyming on this motherfucker? Niggas got in there, start rhyming. Boom. Then I'm no lie, it's competition. So I'm like, damn, I'm next. Yo, fourth, what you got? Yo, fourth, you can go next. I'm on the other side with my ASR 10. I'm like this with headphones on, listening like, damn, what I'm gonna come up with, you know? I'm in the other room listening. I'm like, all right, now it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so on one reel, it could be 3 different producers, 3 different songs on one reel. Remember, one of those 2-inch reels only did like 3 songs.
Right.
So on that reel, it would be that. Then, you know, once we finish that reel, throw in another reel. And we keep on going. And then, you know, sometime during the night, RZA would pop up. Yo, let me hear what y'all got. And we rewind the tape, play it, and, you know. And a lot of that stuff didn't come out, you know. A lot of it, RZA was just putting up the money, you know, figuring out who's going to be what's going to, you know.
Right.
Like that. We enjoyed ourselves, man. We used to sleep on the floor, man.
Sound like a
you know,
good
spend
time.
2 days in the studio, sleep on the floor, and I'd be like, yo, I'm going home. Leave my keyboard in the studio. Yo, it was so grimy, man, how we was doing it. We was hungry. Yo, you know our ASR is big, right?
I have one. Yeah.
Yo, I'm on the New York City Transit on the train with an ASR and a big ass case.
And that joint heavy too. That ASR is heavy. It's
Word.
heavy.
3 o'clock in the morning on the train, high as a motherfucker, sitting there with a fucking ASR 10. Get off the train, I gotta walk 3 blocks with a fucking keyboard on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
That sound like
You know, so, yo, that's how we was doing it, man. We had a great time, man. You know, I don't regret none of it, man.
No, I mean, when you're creative like that, they say when you're creative, a creative person, when they're deep in tune into their craft, they lose sense of all time and space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you know you locked in.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I remember one time sleeping on the floor in Chung King's studio.
Wow.
We doing that stuff. It was 2 things going on. It was doing Meth album, his first album on Def Jams, and Chung King had like 3 different studios in there, right? So we in the lounge and we doing Sunz Of Man stuff. It was Sunz Of Man by then. We doing that. We doing other songs, and Meth and them is doing their records. So, you know, you running in one room to the next room, listening. Oh shit, you heard that shit? I'm listening to RZA's beat. Oh, I run in my room, back in my room, and change my beat up because his beat is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then I might go, yo, Pedro, man, I need something on this. And he'll play a bass line, Fourth or do something to my beat. You know what I'm saying? And I remember falling asleep on the floor and hearing a voice say, damn, man, what the fuck y'all doing up here? All these niggas sleeping on the floor. I open my eyes, fucking Russell Simmons is standing over me.
Damn.
Yeah, Russell Simmons came in to hear Method Man's tracks. So RZA, I ain't even get off the floor. It was about like 5 niggas on the floor asleep. He's stepping over. I just stayed. I just, you know, I kind of woke up so I could hear it because I done heard the track mad time. I just, you know, and I see Russell like, yo, that's dope, man. All right, cool. But yo, what's up with these niggas on the floor? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You know?
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Real talk, man. In Chung King studio, man. And that's right off of Canal Street.
That's a world-renowned studio too. Chung King is a world-renowned studio. If I'm not mistaken, Chung King was actually like known for his mastering as well. They used to, yeah.
They still are. They moved. I think that's Broadway. I forgot that street, man. It's in the Village. They moved down, but at that time they was on like right off of Canal Street in Chinatown.
Right.
Kind of, you know, reminds me of the time where New York had shit on lock when nobody else fucking with us. You know, in this area, you know, the northeast area, man. You know, it's a shame. Question I want to ask you, man, is what is your thoughts on the substanceless music that gets airplay today, man? What are your thoughts on that?
Yo, man, it's deep. It's real deep, man. There's an article, man, and I be posting it on Facebook. It's about all of them dudes getting together, and they's like, yo, we got to change this message in rap. Basically, the powers that be. They said, we got to change this message in it, you know, and that's when it went from this basically conscious and the woo, you know, our thing, and it just went to gangster rap.
Yep.
You know, it went there, and it was a dude that wrote this a long article. The guy said he was sitting there when it happened, and I remember when it happened because at that time, Sunz Enough, we got our deal on Red Ant.
Okay.
And if you look at the Sunz album, not disrespecting them, my brothers and everything, it part of it turned me off when, you know, we in the studio, and then here come we in LA recording. Then here come the big wigs. They coming in the studio listening, and Priest happened to go one song. RZA made the beat. I was mixing it. RZA left the room. He's like, "Yo, Priest, you mix it. You figure out what it's going to be, drops and all that." I'm leaving. He left. So it's just us, and then the white boys came in. Priest happened to say, "Yo, Shining Star, yeah, who you are?" He was just playing around. White boys go, "Yo, we gonna get Earth, Wind, and Fire." I'm like, "Yo, fuck Earth, Wind, and Fire. We don't need them niggas in here," you know. And they got mad at me. RZA come back the next day. "Yo, that shit is dope, right?" What we had, and RZA didn't even like that shit. Yo, Wyclef coming in, man. None of us liked that shit, man. You know, not dissing Wyclef. Don't get me wrong,
right.
But the powers that be came in and started changing shit up. You know, when they went to do the video and they told me the video show, I'm like, I ain't even going. What the fuck? We ain't spacemen. We supposed to be doing our Sunz of Man video on our songs in the fucking hood in Brooklyn.
Right.
But they wasn't trying to hear me, so I was like, you know what? You know, we was out there when Biggie got shot. I was in the hotel by myself. Sunz and all of them was at the club. I was in there doing my thing, had a girl in there, and the phone call came in. I was like, motherfucker, I got in the cab and went to the airport.
Wow.
That was my way out. That was my way out. I was like, yo, I'm done. Because the label, y'all fucking the Sunz of Man up. You know?
Come on, you talking about Red Ant?
Yeah, Red Ant. Yeah, they was. So that was during the time, because we was doing that conscious thing. That was during that time when they was trying to change up rap.
Yeah.
You know, the beginning, because now here go Biggie and, you know, P. Diddy and all of them. They kicking the money rap. It was the money rap, bling rap, and gangster rap.
Yep.
Those were the two things. West Coast, East Coast, boom, money rap and gangster rap. Our conscious rap, they was like, yo, man, get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Yep.
That's how I felt.
And it was room for
everything. So,
go ahead, bro. Sorry.
And in my opinion, it continued from then all the way till now. It's just, you know, I look at this what's that guy, Tekashi 6ix9ine, I'm like, God damn.
Listen, man, I'm like, I don't get it. And King of New York, oh man, I'm down here in Florida now. And I was like, I just can imagine back home, like, what's the King of New York, dog? I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, man. So
I can't feel it, man. I mean, you know, the diversity in our music is not. They don't promote it no more, because you know, like, you had this, you had that, you had so much diversity. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have no one thing. Now it's like, they want to keep you in the club, keep you high, keep you drunk.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's how they want to keep you 24/7.
Let me say this.
My thing is this, though, with us, right? All of us three right here, we men. And it was many men before us, right? In this business, music business. It's our culture. We built it, we made it.
Yes.
Our problem I see is we so quick to sell it.
Yep.
Yes, I kind of feel too, man. I feel that
too. Make shit and sell it. As soon as we make it, we sell it. And then we come back and complain later that it's fucked up. Well, the person we sold it to, they not responsible for making it. They want to make money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, if you go, let's just say I'm in New York. Pizza is everything in New York, right?
Yep.
An Italian pizza. Italians didn't sell Italian pizzas to another culture. They still run that shit. They still own that shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right.
Our music, even though we make it, we don't own it. We don't own none of it. But that's how to me, that's how it happened. But now, in this day, 2018, we can't complain now because we have the internet. We have the machine.
Yes.
Before, we didn't have the machine. We didn't have the record label, the distribution, pressing up records,
the marketing.
A Chung King studio, a multi-million-dollar studio. Nah, we can do that shit on a computer now.
Yep. And all that shit.
So in my way of thinking, we should start taking control of it now.
Yes.
You know? At least try. I don't know how to do it because it's now anybody could do it by themselves. But you know what I'm saying.
I see. I agree.
But let me say this though.
Go ahead, brother.
I always say to people now, they go, "Yo, it ain't no more record labels." So I'm like, "Yeah, it's a record label. The largest record label right now is iTunes."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Jay-Z made a good move with Tidal.
Yes.
That's, in my opinion, taking it back, taking ownership of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so I don't know, man. Yo, me and Shabash, this is what me and Shabash say all the time. They took our girl, our baby, our woman, right? And they fucking pimped her out and turned her into a fucking hoe. Now me and Bash is like the Mario brothers. We trying to fucking save her,
right?
To get her back and save her and shit. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know,
I feel like our culture has the real part of our culture has went back underground. You know what I'm saying? Where it should have been. You know what I'm saying? And where we had more control of it when it was there. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way we can have control of who it influences. Because our culture has influenced. We're the most emulated culture in the world.
Right.
I'm talking about African Americans, not our African brothers and sisters in Africa, but our African brothers and sisters here, because we had to make this culture up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this culture is emulated by everybody in the world, from Russia to Japan to wherever. They're emulating hip hop.
Right.
This is, and it's just that I think sometimes we're living in it's a catch-22 because we're so creative that we discard it because you know how it is, how we make beats. We throw beats away because we know we can make that shit and just like that. You feel what I'm saying? So our culture, we kind of throw it away because we know we can make something else. Instead of harnessing it, somebody else who can't make what we make, they'll take something like ours and appreciate it and run with it. Like it just fell from the sky. Us, because we're the creators of it, we feel that we can mass produce it again. That's why we don't take it into appreciation. You get what I'm saying?
You 100% correct on that. I agree all the way, and that's what it is. So you're right, because I've been doing it all my life. Like I make beats, and I've been doing this shit for free. I give people beats. I help people because I'm like, yo, here, take it, because I could always do it again, and I can make another one and do it. So you're absolutely right. So, you know, yo, you know what, man? That's a God-given thing. Given to us. So
it is.
You know, you're right about that, man.
Good work.
Bream, let me tell you, Bream. A friend of mine told me this a long time ago. He said, man, you know, your gift. He said, God gave you the gift to captivate somebody's mind for 4 minutes, but that 4 minutes will actually timestamp a situation in their mind that they'll last for a lifetime. So every time they hear that song, it will actually bring them back in time to a certain time. You understand what I'm saying? That's how powerful music is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it is true. That's what it is. So you're right. So when you really think about it, man, everything is meant to be.
Yeah,
it's probably meant to be the way it is. We complaining, yo, why is it? But it was meant to be this way. You know,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
In a way, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right.
Because we're gonna keep doing it. Because look, we did rock and roll, hip, jazz, pop, blues, all of that. We make it and we throw it away and make the new one, and the new one, and the new one. So
yeah.
So you're right. So
I mean, we're content creators. We always been that. We take molecules and mold and shape it into something else because of the hardships that we go through. If we didn't go through these hardships, I don't think we would have created the stuff we created. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? And it's that's just like I remember when I first came across your channel on YouTube a while ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, years ago. I was like, that's my man right there, Preem. You know what I'm saying? Because you used to do the videos on there. I was like, damn, Preem, we on that 2500, boy. Preem, we getting it in. You know what I'm saying? So I reached back, me and my brother right here, DJ Widebody, when we came up with this channel, I was like, I know the people we need to reach out to. He was like, what you mean? I said, I know the brothers we need to reach out to. You, Justin Myrax, you know, who call All True West. People like y'all the brothers that we need to reach out to, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all already have a foothold into, you know, YouTube as opposed to, you know, somebody who don't. And what I mean is people are gonna listen because it's you. You know that, Preem. You know what I'm saying? I seen when you got the X and people are like lost their goddamn mind, like, oh shit, Preem got the X. What a 2500 at? What a 2000 XL? You know what I'm saying? What is with that? I remember all that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we put our time in, man. You know what I'm saying? We definitely put your time in. And we appreciate that, man. We definitely appreciate that. No doubt. And I got a couple more questions. Then I'm gonna let Widebody give you a couple more questions. What's your current gear list right now? And if you're working on a computer, what's your favorite plugins?
Okay. So right now, man, my current is you can see it, man. I still got the Phantom X. Got this. Right. I got a computer down here. That monitor. So I use my the MPCX in there. But yo, man, the real thing, man. Yo, I still use Adobe Edition, man. I still use it. And then this is what I'm still look at this old shit, man.
That's the VS right there.
Yeah, it's on right now. That's my mixing board, man. So, I in a way, I keep it simple, man. I'm still old school, and it took me until put it like this, man. Let me rewind. I've been using software from the time software started being used to make beats. Right. From the Atari ST. Remember the Atari ST? I was sampling on that, and the Amiga computer and the Commodore. I've been using it. Dang. So yeah, so when Fruity Loops came out and Reezer came out, I had the beta versions. You know what I'm saying? So I go all the way back. So I know how to use all of them shit. You know what I'm saying? But I still like knobs and buttons, man. I just the buttons and all that shit. I'm from the days when they had a studio with 2-inch reels, the lights, the buttons, the knobs. I just like that stuff, man.
Right.
They make software, the plugins. They got all of those plugins that emulate those amps and whatever, compressors and all that. You know, I mess with them, but it's a mouse and a computer screen ain't me.
Right.
You know? Right. Now, listen, don't get me wrong, man. I have engineers. So we got the new thing, right? So you can use a computer. If I wanted, I can have Pro Tools, right? Or my favorite one right now is Ableton. I use Ableton, right? So I could use Ableton. I could throw my beats in there, mix it, and master it and all of that, right? In Ableton or whatever, right? I don't do that. I still send my stuff to an engineer. I'll take my stuff, tracked out, stem. I send it to a dude who uses Pro Tools, my man Data. That's one of my main dudes, you know, and I'll send it to him. Yo, man, mix this for me, man. If a rapper send me something, I'll send him, he send me the back. I say, yo, make sure you send me the verses on separate tracks. He send it. I send that whole thing to my man Data. Yo, mix this and master it for me and send it back. And I pay him for it. You know?
let me ask you this real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but I wish I had kept that formula that you just said of sending it to an engineer, because we grew up in the times where as though we were the producer, there was an engineer, you know what I'm saying? Right. And usually it was a white boy around that time, you know what I'm saying, that was engineering. No shout out, no shade to white people, but it was always white. It was a white engineer around that time. Them
dudes knew they shit.
They knew they shit, and we just dealt with the production side. We didn't wear those hats like we wear now, producer, engineer, and sound design. We didn't do all. We just produced, and somebody did the mixing, and somebody did the mastering. Right. So I just want to make that clear to people, because some people who didn't grow up in that era may not understand that we actually had engineers back then, and they did nothing but engineer. They weren't producers; they were just engineers.
Right. And they by them being an engineer, right? And a lot of people don't know, there's a production engineer, right, that be in a studio like Firehouse. Then it's a different engineer that be in a studio like Chung King.
Right.
They have two complete different ears.
Right.
You take that shit you take it from a Firehouse, was just a production studio. They had a 2-inch reel. But when you went to Chung King, they got a studio in there. They got a studio. They don't got no music equipment in there. None. It's just a big ass mixing board. They put the 2-inch reel on there, and the dude just sit at that board fucking with knobs and shit. And when he finished, your shit sound like it's on the radio. It's supposed to be on the radio. It's basically, you know, put it through that SSL board. That was it.
Real mastering.
Right. So I still believe in that, and I still believe in keeping those kind of people employed. I still believe in it. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, then I don't wear so many hats. I could be creative and just do beats.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and
I don't mean to cut you off. I remember when you came out with that app, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Speak on the app, man. Speak on it, because he did this before a lot of dudes did it, man.
Yeah. Well, you know what it was, man? Because I got a background. I went to school in '84. I went to college '84, right from high school. Actually, not high school. I GED. Then I went to college. 18. Boom. I took up mechanical engineering. So all of this shit, I could take all this shit apart, and there'll be pieces all in the room, and put the shit back together again. You know, I've been doing that all my life. Computers, all that. So basically, this Akai MP, this drum machine here, and this keyboard here, yo, no lie, I was gonna make that shit myself. I got on the phone, I figured out the electronics of it, where to buy just the keys, MIDI keys. I figured it all out. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna build me what I wanted to build was a drum machine with a keyboard on it, an MPC with a keyboard built on it. So that's what I wanted to do. I actually sent Roger Lynn a letter, an email. I emailed him, and I got him on the phone. Me and Roger Lynn talked on the phone. Wow. Roger Lynn, the real Roger Lynn from that makes the Lynn drum. I talked to him. He was like, yo, so how much money? I'm like, nah. This is the crazy thing, man. My idea was so crazy. I told him, I said, listen, man, you the only one who can make this drum machine that I want, man. You the only one. And I don't want no money out of it. I told him, I said, I don't want. He said, oh, you crazy? I'm like, no. All you got to do is make it, and I'll promote it. Just give me one. I said, look at my YouTube videos. Give me one. I'll promote it. Boom. Because I just want that motherfucker in my house, man.
Damn.
And you're going to be, and I said, yo, if you do this, you knocking Akai out the box, and you're going to knock fucking Roland out the box. You're going to be the man again. And he's like, yo, he thought I was crazy. Wow. But we talked, but he did hook me up with the people who supply the sensors that go under these pads. Mm-hmm. He hooked me up with them. He hooked me up with a few people to get the electronics that I would need.
Damn.
Wow. To make what I wanted to make. He hooked me up with the manufacturers. So now I'm like, damn, man, I got to learn how to fucking code now. God damn it. And I went to school for computer science too in '94. So I was like, well, I got to bring that shit. I started pulling my books out. Boom. So I'm online, I'm looking, I'm reading, and I find this kid online that was coding knobs and buttons. I'm like, damn, look at this shit. Oh, shit. So then, here come the Android phone. So my brother comes by, yo, Preme, you got to get an Android phone. Check this shit out. I'm looking like, what the fuck? Oh, shit. Read up on how is the apps in this phone? How did they get it in there? Read up, oh, you can make your own app. That was it. So I started learning how to code. Found a dude in Russia. I hit him up, said, yo, I need help making code because I'm going to make a drum machine. This and that. He's like, yo, man, why don't you just make an app and make it play on your phone? I'm like, word? And me and him got together. We partnered up. And he did the code, I did the design, the testing, and we went back. It took us a year, man.
Yeah.
And we made the app and put it out, and boom. Now, to tell you what's going on with that, the reason why it ain't been updated, because now it ain't two of us, it's one. Thousands and thousands and thousands of lines of code.
Yeah.
Just me. I have to read that shit.
Yeah.
And the guy who did the coding, he was way more advanced than me. Way advanced than me, right? He got like a master's in this shit. Me, I learned how to code by fucking going online, taking online classes and getting HTML for dummies, Java for dummies. So I'm catching up. So when he finally he put it like this, man. From that app, the nigga went and got a fucking a 6-figure job off of that shit, man.
Damn.
Wow.
And from Russia, he moved to New York, got married. He's out here living large from making that app, and he blew up. So he worked for a big tech company in Silicon Valley right now. So he don't have time to help me. So basically, when he gave me the code, well, I already had the code, but he's like, Preme, look, you're gonna have to read this, read that, do this. And he sat on the computer, did the same thing we doing now on Skype. This code means this. I'm like, oh, fuck it, man. God damn. So you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's
the
developer's kit. What he gave me, the developer's kit.
Yeah, I got all of that shit, man. So right now, if I want to do the update so I could get in it, but it's just hours and hours and hours, and you know, it's coding ain't no joke, man. It's another language, man. So if that's what you want to do, look, when we started that app, if you ever remember me doing my YouTube videos, my drum machine, I didn't wear glasses.
No, you didn't
wear glasses. Fucking with that computer and that code all that time, look at that screen, fuck my eyes up. I'm like, I ain't doing that shit no more, man. You know, so it is what it is. But what I'm gonna do now, things is looking up. There's a lot of projects I got. When those things go and the money comes, I'm just gonna hire an engineer, a coder. Yeah. And when I come back with that shit, I'm gonna fuck niggas up when I make the next version of that.
I hope you do, because you know, they got a couple apps out here that I use myself, and these are wild body, you know, Beatmaker 3, MPC. They're okay, you know what I'm saying, but it's a lot of stuff missing, like global program editors. You know how it is on a real MPC, where you edit all the none of those apps really have that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I think, to me, like, I don't know where they're getting the input for these apps from, but they need to get the input for some real MPC users, since they're trying to emulate MPCs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, before I even made my app, I was talking to Akai too. I had a rep that I was talking to. They thought I was crazy. They was like, boom. I said, all right. When I made the app, I showed Roger Lynn, I showed the dudes over there. They was like, oh shit, you know? Like that. So, man, actually, it fell through, but I don't know who the investor was, but somebody in Silicon Valley was offering big money for my app. And but it never happened, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because your app was like one of the main ones on Android at that time.
Yeah. And I was willing to sell too. I was like, fuck it, man, I'll let the shit go. You know what I'm saying? My partner, he's around, but he just, you know, he had a brand new baby, you know, so, you know, he wanted to do his thing, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good thing. It was good. I helped them, you know, in coming out here and, you know, the American dream. So I'm like, go ahead, man. It's all good. You helped me realize my dream. So I'm not gonna hold you back from your dream. So go ahead, man. Do you, man. You know, I ain't gonna be sitting there screaming, yo, we got a kid with the app. Yo, what the hell are you doing? I ain't built like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Right.
I'm not built like that. So I'm like, you got a dream, you got a goal, you want to get out of Russia, wherever, you know, Czechoslovakia or whatever he was at. Right. He's like, yo, and he's doing really well. I'm happy for him, you know.
It's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, it's, they try, like what CX was saying. I think the apps just came a long way in the last 5 years. So I remember back when I first, you know, realized there were apps for that on iOS, and now you look at them, man, they're progressing, I think. But there's a lot more.
iOS is way better than Android. That's why most of the really good ones is on iOS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because Android uses Java code. It uses Java. Which Android is basically using machine code, C+, you know?
Yeah, C+. Yeah,
it's using C+. So that's real machine code. That you can really tell it what you really want to do. In Java, they say you can, but if you really look and compare it, you know what I'm saying? The apps on iOS is way better. And from what I heard, they're easier to code.
They are, but the thing about, you know, I don't want to get too technical with the audience, but the thing about the because I do have a background in computers as well. I'm more on the hardware side. I used to work for Samsung and Google.
Okay.
And the iOS apps, you know, on the Android side, you make an app, and that app basically somewhat work across everything. You feel what I'm saying? From phone to tablet. But on iOS, they have to literally include every screen size in that one app. That's why their apps are way bigger than an Android app. Like a Facebook app on iOS would be like 300 megs, but on Android it would only be like 100.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, and then the strenuous processes with Apple, you gotta wait 2 years just to get an answer back to say if you approved or not.
Yeah, you know I remember that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we were going to do that. Yeah, you got to get a lot of approval, and you might not even get it with Android. You just fill out the thing, pay $35, you in.
Yeah, that's it. They send you know, the APKs. I mean, the developer kit is like available for anybody, right?
Yeah, anybody can download it. Yeah, you're right.
Damn.
Yeah.
But we got something that we usually ask everybody too, and I'm gonna ask you this as well. Let's just say, all right. Let's say Sam Ash, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. They gave you a $10,000 credit card to Sam Ash.
Oh man.
Yeah, you got $10,000 that you got to spend at Sam Ash. What is it gonna be?
Damn. Oh man. To tell you the truth, man, I got my MP. I love this motherfucking drum machine, man. But I'll definitely get a new keyboard. You know, to tell you the truth, I don't keep up on the newest trends and all of that. But this Phantom X will have to go. So I would get whatever is the newest joint. Definitely some new speakers. You know, so I on the tech thing, so I can't tell you the name of the newest whatever. You know, so if you look at my monitors, man, check these things out, man. Just to let you know.
But at least these Jones
ones.
Yeah,
you know I had these shits a long ass time. You know, look, I still got a goddamn 4-track up here, man.
Wow.
Word. It's took it apart too. It's took it apart. I gotta open it just to make it play. Fuck with the transistors and the bands and shit. So I'm not trying to be funny and show off. Now, of course, I would buy a new system. Now, look how old this shit is right here, man. If you can see it.
Yeah.
Right? This is a Marantz, man.
Okay.
Man, I got
Marantz here. This shit here. They old, man. So but they do the job. So I would get new. All of that shit would be brand new. You know,
some of that shit you can't recreate, man. Some of that shit, like doing the quality, ain't touching that old shit though. I got a Marantz dual cassette tape deck that I ain't never getting rid of.
Yeah, my dual cassette deck there and my Marantz, that whole system right there, I bought in 1985.
Oof.
Wow.
And that's my system. And this one speaker right here, this one bottom speaker down here in 1985. This one is a little newer because I had a pair, but I let a dude hold it for a favor. And in the end, he wanted to keep it. So I said, "Go ahead, keep it, man." And I just bought another speaker. But yeah, so there you got it. It would be an upgrade. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Well, let me say this, Preme. The thing too about you having those monitors, those monitors, as long as you had them, I think that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing, because that's the problem with this mass-produced shit that we keep buying all the time. You know, by you having those monitors, you know those monitors. Right. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to break nothing in. You know those monitors. It's like somebody that came up making beats using computer monitor speakers, and you hear that beats, and you're like, damn, man, what kind of monitors were you using when you did that? And you see they were computer speakers. Then you get this person some big ass KRKs, and they shit don't sound the same. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to know your monitors, know your equipment. So I would advise somebody to stay with the monitors they have. You know what I'm saying? So instead of upgrading, but you got $10,000, man. What you gonna do, man? You still got to get something, man.
Like I said, man, I couldn't even tell you, man. Tell you the honest truth.
So is this gonna be store credit then?
Yeah. Until you know what? All I gotta do is go in the store, start fucking with shit. I'm definitely gonna buy something.
No doubt.
You know, all I gotta do is start messing with stuff and have my phone with me. Once I mess with it, then look up YouTube, look up whatever. Yo, what y'all think about it? Boom. Before you know it, I'll be like, all right, give me this, and that. You know. So yeah, of course I would spend it. And if you know, if I only could spend it in Sam Ash, they always got something. You know.
That stuff too.
Yeah. You know, because I used to have my well, I still got my microphones and stuff, but I used to have it set up where, like, in a room like this, you know, not here, but other places I had where I never really had a booth, but I will always have the headphones. You put the headphones on the little box, you press the button, so you know you don't hear no music, you just hear it in the headphones. There'd be 4 people sitting in the room, everybody got headphones on. The mic can stand in the middle, do rhyme. The whole room is the booth now. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So that's how I used to record, man. But yo, believe it or not, man, with this 1680 I got up here and the equipment I got, man, I make stuff right out of here, man. That sound like it came out of a big time studio, man, with ease. Like you said, because I had this equipment so long, I know how it sounds. All my settings is set where the levels on my stuff is all set. I don't change them. So I know that sound I'm going to get, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the, like I said, you know, this generation, we get caught up with plugins and all this other stuff. I mean, I thank God that the physical equipment of the plugins are not the price of the plugins, because if it was, then nobody would have no place to keep all this goddamn shit. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know how it was back then when we were just using turntables, a drum machine, and a multi-track. You know, and we were making some dope tight shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we weren't distracted, you know, by this and by that. And like you said, when the Atari came in, well, you know, I remember using the Atari, and I remember using the Mac too, using sound tools before it was Pro Tools. You know what I'm saying? And using Vision on the Mac before it became Digital Performer. I come from that school too, where you sitting there and people sequencing everything from the Atari ST and the Amiga. I remember that, you know. So another thing as well, man, plug in your YouTube channel and everything, as if people don't know, they already know, but plug it in anyway, man.
Oh man, my man, got the YouTube. It's Su-Preme 7G, right? That's Su-Preme 7G on YouTube. Just type in Su-Preme, the number 7, the letter G. You're gonna see all my videos, me acting like a damn fool, making beats, teaching, having a good time, man, and sharing knowledge, man. That's something I have to admit to myself who I am and live with that and be who I am. I've been a teacher all my life, just a natural born teacher. And teaching and helping people and loving and caring for people, that's just built into me. It's always been there. I can't fight it, so
embrace it.
I just make those videos and help kids and help people. I don't care who gets help.
Dope,
no color range, no age range. If it helps you to be a better person, then fine. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that you getting the lessons from me and you learning that or whatever and gaining a little, that you would do the same for another one, because I come from the era of each one teach one.
Yes, sir.
So somebody taught me, so I'm teaching, and hopefully you do the same. We all can do that. Yo, this world would be a lot better place. You know what I'm saying? So
damn right.
And what make me do videos on YouTube and talk to y'all guys where y'all doing that is because people text me, they email me, they hit me on all my different Facebook, YouTube, all that, and they tell me how much I helped them.
Right.
So when they tell me that, it make me feel good. I know that I did the work that I was meant to be doing. And it makes me keep on going, man. It makes me happy as a person. So that's what it is, man.
It's all right, man. It's all right. Right.
Yeah. Yo, I'm gonna let you. You think the music will sound good? I'll let you hear an exclusive, man.
Let's do it, man. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Simple beat. I was working on this, but it's a beat for Shabazz, man. Me and Shabazz doing a new album, man.
All right.
Oh, that's
me and Shabazz Disciple, man.
Oh.
Oh, that's nasty. That is.
Yeah, we got a few things going, so.
Wow.
That's what we're doing. I want to give a shout out to my people. Of course, I got to give a shout out to my crew, Shabazz, right? Of course, that's my brother. But y'all, if y'all watching my Facebook, y'all already know. Y'all on Facebook, y'all see I be promoting the Client Syndicate.
Okay.
I'm following it.
So yeah, we doing that movie, man. That movie TV series, we doing that. I'm doing the soundtrack, scoring, and all of that stuff behind the scenes, and so we looking for a deal now. It's on a lot of people's desks right now, so it's gonna go down, man.
That's what's up. I'm checking for that too, man. Definitely. Well,
that's gonna put us back where we supposed to be.
That's right.
So hopefully it works out, man.
No doubt, man.
That's what's up.
It was a pleasure having you on. Gotta do it for the day. I'd like to thank Su-Preme for coming through, joining us on the Masterchannel episode 5. I am DJ Wide Body.
I'm CX the producer.
And this was the Masterchannel. Join us next time. Masterchannel episode 6. Till then, signing for CX the producer, DJ Wide Body, saying peace.
Peace.